Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I am here just under the gun to do your reading for the week ahead. Y'all, it's been a tough one. It's tough retrograde. I don't know how it's going for you. Tell me, Aries, do you have any Taurus energy? Because if you had Taurus energy, man, it's been tough for Taurus energy. Yep, I'm a Taurus sun. But tell me how it's affecting, how all of this is affecting you. So we have right now, we just popped into to Taurus season, and now we are waiting on a full moon and an eclipse, one after the other. So there's going to be the Scorpio energy combined with the Taurus season is going to cause you to look inward. It's going to cause you to look around you, Aries, and find out what you need and what you don't need. It's a moment of realization, not only about what's going on in your material world, but what's going on within the self, because the Scorpio energy wants you to figure out what's going on with you. It's turning you in toward the self. All right, so that was the Psychic Tarot, and we've got Conflict and Defeat. We also have the card of Destiny, though. This is the Wheel of Fortune. What I want to say is that I always see this person as tripping over themselves. I want to say like you've been in your own way, that you've been running this sort of gamut, Aries, of woulda, shoulda, coulda, feeling like you're in your own way. I feel as though you're tripping over things that maybe you feel like you're wandering about in the dark, that you feel like there's been a lot of like conflict. It's card number 5. It's in lack, obviously, conflict and defeat. But what I want to say is that the Wheel of Fortune's at your back. So things are about to change for you. There's a lot of change going on. I don't know if you've read all of it or been paying attention at all, but there's a lot of change going on right now. And there will be at least until the end of the month, probably further than that. But let's take a look at Moonology, see what energy Moonology is giving you here. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. A win-win outcome is forecasted. I like that. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. So you're about to get some balance and some justice. So whatever it is that you feel is destiny at this time, I feel like it's a win-win for you. And I think that you've been trapping yourself in this conflict and defeat. You've been in your own way. I think that over this full moon, maybe you have Scorpio energy, maybe you don't, but over this full moon, I feel like the combination of the polarities, because like Taurus and Scorpio are opposite of each other, right? The sun's in one, the moon's in the other. You could be a Scorpio moon. All right. Tell us what else is coming up here for Aries, please, in the week ahead. Got a reunion. Aries, are you planning a reunion? I don't think you are, but I think the universe is. I'm just going to say, if you are being invited somewhere social, you might just want to go. There might be somebody there you're hoping or planning to see, and that would be the time. I think you've been hermiting. Oh, interesting. I love this. Okay, so physical pain. I think conflict and defeat. Now, the thing is if you are someone who suffers from depression, and I'm not diagnosing you, I do suffer from depression, and so I know that when it gets really terribly bad, it can really hurt the body. And it feels like this is what we're looking at, physical pain, that the repression of whatever it is that you've been holding back is giving you physical pain symptoms. Like it's becoming hard to get up, like your bones are sore, or you're feeling like you have no energy. I feel like it's because you're carrying so much. Yeah. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is about to shake you free, is what I want to say. This is Scorpio energy, right? It's also Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo being fixed energy, but I feel that this eclipse and this full moon is going to be beneficial to you. And I haven't looked at your sign or how it's supposed to affect you. You might want to do that. But I feel as though there is a reunion on the table. And I think that the reunion, I'm going to say that it's your karma. It feels like you're supposed to reunite with somebody because it's your karma to do so, so you can clear up your karma. You understand? That it's like if this, you're saying, okay, but Elsie, this person's not reaching out to me. Well, I think it's your karma to reach out to them. I think it's a lesson you have to learn. And if this is a lesson that you keep coming up against, that you just don't reach out to people because you feel like you're going to get hurt, or you're not enough, or it's not the time, or whatever excuse you make for yourself, I think it's this reunion is your karma. I think it's this at this moment where you're going to decide to move forward and do the reunion, and you're going to realize how much it sets you free, because the Wheel of Fortune's here and things about to get great. Like really great. Things are about to get fortunate. It's a time for you to move forward. Now, look, the thing is it's a time for change as well. So if you don't deal well with change, this is going to be really tough on you. The conflict and defeat might hold you back. But if it doesn't happen this week, I think it'll happen next week. I think you should look at the sneak peek if you haven't already, because I have a feeling that this is sort of lingering energy from that. Oops, sorry. All right, let's take a look. For Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. Aries. Aries for the week ahead. We have, I'm just making sure we're not upside down. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. So the conflict and defeat, being in your own way, has caused you to think that there's no victory here. That this person doesn't really want to see you. They don't want to see you for who you are. I feel like this is the attitude of the past, or that if it's an attitude you're in right now, that this isn't to linger much longer, I don't think. Yep, there we go. It's telling us it's the end. Yep, that's how it happens here. I just call it and it comes. That's the way it goes. So, yeah, it's time to close that type of thinking. I think it's a feeling, but I also think it's a thinking as well. It's like I can't be the one this person wants, right? The Six of Wands is in the reverse. It's what I like about the Six of Wands being in the reverse is that it is maybe the breaking down of the ego. And that's what I really love. Somebody here has realized that maybe they're not the shit. Maybe they're not all of it, right? Maybe I'm not as great as I think I am. Maybe I just need to stop that thinking. Yeah. Somebody here, whether it's you or them, somebody here is thinking as though there's no victory here. This person's not going to want to see me. They don't really pay attention to me. I feel like that's coming to an end. And yeah, it feels like you gain strength through that. So it feels like there's a pulling down of the ego at some point here. Tell me more. It's an ending of a chapter. I think it's an ending. It's an ending of a time where you doubt yourself. It is. It's an ending. I just can't. I cannot. Aries. All right. Yeah, it's the end of whatever you're feeling, the Six of Wands in reverse. To me, it feels like I'm not popular enough, that people don't like me enough. I'm not really sure if I want the victory or if I can have the victory, because so much has gone on that's been bad in the past, because this person's looking for victory after the fight. Maybe this person's still in the fight. I think if you are someone who's still in the fight, and I mean it could be emotionally for sure, but I feel like it's spiritually or mentally. If you're in some type of fight with the self, I think that you don't have much more to worry about. I think that this eclipse is coming to clear some stuff up for you. All right. So we have so the Six of Wands, the world, Six of Wands in reverse, the world, and the Strength card. Then we have the Death card with the Star and the Sun. Like, wow. We've got 4 major arcana, and that means nothing but change, because change is right here, the destiny. So there is going to be a lot of changing here. There's going to be a lot of changing of your mind. The ending of chapters that you have been battling for a long time. I think that you are about to clear your karma by having this reunion. And that's the thing, right? When we hold ourselves back, sometimes we hold ourselves here without the victory. And then we start to think to ourselves, well, maybe I wasn't that special anyway. No, that's coming to an end here. I feel like it's coming to an end because you're choosing to heal because of the reunion. That's what it feels like. That whatever reunion is coming up is going to be very cleansing and healing for you. I think you still have hope. And it almost feels like I want to say hope against hope, because we have endings here, right? And I feel like, Aries, you're in this area of endings yourself, ending the way you were thinking, ending the way you were holding yourself back from your passions. I think that this whole thing is telling me that you're not only transforming the energy, but you've closed a major chapter in your life that was really tough to close. I think that we're looking at a recovered people pleaser. Yeah, that's what it feels like. But I want to say, for those of you who are going to have the reunion, okay, if you have decided that you're the one that's going to take charge and have the reunion, I feel like it's a win-win outcome. And what I mean by that is this: you and this person may not necessarily run off into the sunset together, but there is going to be a clearing of karma. There is going to be a reunion that is going to be a win-win. So maybe you two end up walking away from this having closure. So I'm not saying that you're riding off into the sunset. What I'm saying is that there's some closure coming, and that's exactly what the full moon is about, and the eclipse, eclipsing people and things you don't need from your life, right? Transforming the energy. So you're right on track. If you're logging in to wonder if you're right on track, you're right on track. We have the sun and the strength. You are going to be superhuman. Yep. You're going to have superhuman strength. And what I mean by that is, I think that you now have, after the world and the death card, especially after the transformation and the healing or the hope that it's given you, I feel like you are now doubling down on the self. Okay, all right, now that I have clarity, I can look at myself. How am I going to be courageous? How am I going to be strong? How am I going to tame this beast that's inside of me, right? Because this here, of course, is getting the victory, but also it's a bit of ego, right? So it feels like somebody here is really doing the once over on themselves. They have clarity. They're going to grow, because the sun is all about growth, right? Our nails, our hair, everything grows under the sun, plants, animals, everything. And so does your spirituality, your, you're now in a growth process here because you've decided to end it and transform the energy. The energy of feeling like not enough. And I feel like that's what leads you to the reunion, because you've gone through this beautiful clearing. Yeah, it feels like a clearing here. The death card and the sun. It's like, things that die wither, right? And then the sun comes out, and, well, because I just came out of winter, right, here. And things now are beginning to grow again because of the sun, because Leo's here. So you could be dealing with Leo, you could be dealing with Aquarius, could be dealing with Scorpio. And of course we have all the fixed signs here. So as well as having Scorpio, there's Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. Leo is here. Strong Leo energy, just saying. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so you've been lying to somebody about your feelings, or maybe not lying outright. I'm not going to say that, but maybe just keeping them hidden. Maybe just keeping the illusion that that you got away with something. I feel like you really do have feelings for this person, and I think that you want to stop thinking about it, and you want to move on it. Yeah, looks like you do want to have some sort of an opening again, right? With this person, you're hoping for a foot in the door. All right. Tell me about Aries. So you're going to send a communication, I think. Some of you will, some of you won't. Some of you are going to be receiving this communication. Take it as it resonates, please. You could be the feminine. This could be your feminine. Deep, romantic, dreamy. It's kind of dreamy. Why am I paying attention here, Charlie? He's really got my focus here, right here. Okay, so Aries, I feel as though you're trying to find the courage, because I think you are the one who pulled away. We have the Eight of Hearts in the bottom right hand corner. Sorry for all that noise. I guess I didn't tell you, maybe I did at the beginning of the video, that my windows are open because it is 70 degrees here where I am in central Canada, and yeah, I'm never going to go another day without opening my windows until fall. So you're going to hear some noise, trucks, cars on the street, people, yeah, motorcycles, that kind of thing. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry, not sorry. So what I want to say is, yeah, you were the person who pulled your energy away, I feel. And so you're trying to find the courage, because I feel like you're feeling not exactly like you know what's going on here. Like you're feeling in lack. 3 and 2 is 5. 3 and 2 is 5. I feel like you're feeling like you're not enough, or you don't have enough, or just not feeling very courageous. And even when you do have enough and you are enough and feel enough, it's still, I feel like this is a really important connection. I want to say important because it feels very nostalgic, kind of slow growing over the years. That's what it feels like to me. But you pulled your energy away. I feel like you're about to go back is what I want to say, because the sun is here and you have clarity now of the situation. Aries, I think that you're about to reach out with some type of communication here that is maybe a written letter, very well, could be for some of you. What I want to say too is that we're in retrograde, so if we're dealing in contracts, if you're somebody who's dealing in contracts, please make sure that you have another set of eyes before you make any huge decisions. I feel as though with the 7 of Spades in the bottom right-hand corner here, that we have a letter that's being written to clear things up. Yeah, because that's the illusion, right? It's the illusion, or I didn't tell you something, and maybe that's why you've not paid attention to me. This person in the upright usually gets a lot of attention. It feels like, Aries, that someone's not paid any attention to you. So it's time for you to reach out. I think you're deciding with the letter that you are going to reveal some things. 7 of Swords in the bottom right-hand corner, because you've had a change of mind or a change of energy. I think it's a change of a thought pattern, to be honest. I think you've come to a realization that this person doesn't have their eye on you. Yeah, that everyone else has their eye on you, that you're probably, quite nice to look at, and that you are someone who gets a lot of attention, but this person is not looking at you. And you want them to look at you. So I feel like you are about to get some type of communication going, whether, whatever kind of communication that is for you. So we do have this feminine here. And so this is the woman. So either you are the feminine or this is your feminine. But it feels as though, it feels as though you've gained a type of humility, is what I want to say. A softening. It feels like a softening with the star here. We have the Ace of Swords here. This person wants to talk. This person wants to say something. And I think they've been waiting for the communication, right? She's looking right at the letter. So I think that she's been waiting for communication or thinking about giving the communication. Either way, I feel as though something in your life has come to an end, like a major cycle. Major chapter. Maybe you were dating someone for a while, or maybe, if you were married. I feel like something is ending. So maybe you sold the house or bought a new car, or maybe there was a baby that was added to your life, or whatever it was, but there's a major closing and it's a successful ending, but it was something that needed to end. I think that it is probably, it's probably in the mind, because Aquarius is here. It feels like a change of how you were thinking. It feels like this feminine has hope, still has hope that you will close a chapter and move forward. And if you are the feminine, that you might be the one who's decided you're going to close a chapter or a way of thinking, and you're going to begin to move forward. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So yeah, somebody here is not seeing their own worth or not feeling enough. And I think that's going to be part of what's in the letter. I wasn't feeling as though I should move forward. I didn't have enough, didn't feel enough. It was a mindset, and it feels like somebody is about to tell you the truth here. They want to take action. They want to come forward. You, if you are the feminine, are the one they're passionate about. If this is your feminine, I feel like you're passionate about them. That you're very attractive, I feel. And I did say that. I felt like you were very nice to look at. So it's like you're very attractive. This person, I feel, if I'm speaking to a masculine about the feminine, I feel like you feel this person's sort of mysterious. They're kind of have a mystery about them, and you want to get to know more about it. And if you are the feminine, I think that you've been waiting on this King of Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Another fire sign. I think you want to speak. You want to talk to this person. We have the Four of Pentacles because you've been holding on to them and we haven't been saying anything to each other about the elephant in the room, which is we have a deep, dreamy, ethereal kind of 5D connected sort of love. But you pulled your energy away from me and I don't know why. Seven of Swords is showing up again. So your person, if you're the person who pulled away, they don't know why you pulled away. And if you were that person, I feel like you were the one that did pull your energy away. What's the challenge for the week ahead, please, for Aries? The challenge is the Ace of Cups. Look, I can't write this stuff, but this was also the challenge in the Taurus read. I'm just saying. All right, somebody you've been watching, I think. Somebody you've been watching and you want, somebody that you had disconnected from, you want to get back together with them. I think that you're going to be, pardon me, you're going to be probably receiving some type of an invitation to some kind of social thing. And I said that in the sneak peek as well. It's coming up again. It feels like you are probably going to be reunited. There's a reunion here with somebody who you walked away from and that you've been watching ever since. That's what it feels like. You know, we've got a lot to talk about still, so let's go ahead into the extension here. And what we're going to talk about is the reunion for sure and how it's clearing karma. This is a win-win thing for you, so whether it turns out riding off into the sunset or not, at least you get the closure and the destiny's coming, guys. And we need to find out why the Ace of Cups is the thing that is the challenge for the week ahead, because it feels like there can be some healing here if you want it, but you have to have a really big change of mind. Yeah, you have to have a big change of mind. You might even have to say the S word, sorry. Yeah. All right, we're going to go to the extension. If that's where you want to be, that's where we're going to be. All the cool kids will be. Just kidding. See you guys over the weekend for sure. Love y'all. Bye-bye.